Today's podcast, we will hear from the sister of a soldier whose name is on the wall. I didn't know all the facts about the names on the wall. One thing I know, it's more than just their names. And here are a few facts about the Vietnam Memorial Wall. There are 58,281 names. That is just blows your mind. There's 1,500 plus service members unaccounted for. There are 8 women on the wall. 1968 was the deadliest year. 245 died in January. In the month of May, there was 2,415 casualties. There's 161 Medal of Honor recipients on the wall. There could even be more now. 23 years and 1 month, the average age of a service member on that wall, except for one, a 15-year-old. Names are listed by the day of the casualty. 1,448 were killed on their last day. The day they were going to be coming home, they were killed. Symbols by their name, a cross or a plus sign, means they are missing in action. They have never come home to their families. And the diamond is killed in action. So welcome back. I'm Dorena Federici, and this is Let's Talk About Veterans, because their stories matter. And our guest today is Julie Senerth, and I'm so excited. Julie's brother lost his life in Vietnam. Welcome, Julie. I know this is not going to be an easy one for you.
No, it's not going to be easy, Dorena. I do appreciate you inviting me to come here to represent Gold Star families and to share my brother's story.
Absolutely. And we'd love to hear, tell us a little bit about your brother. Number one, his name, but growing up, what was he like?
Oh, he was the best.
Yeah.
My brother's name was Douglas Paul Fraser. He was born on January 25th, 1950.
Wow.
He was the oldest of 6 of us, and being the oldest, you know, you always have that place that you feel like you have to take care of everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. I mean, he was very caring.
Yeah.
He gave of himself. I remember my mother suffered from dizzy spells.
Wow.
And he would be the one that would get up with her and walk her to the bathroom, and then when, you know, she could come back out, he'd walk her back. And she would suffer, you know, for quite a few days with these dizzy spells. He, like I said, he was very caring, and he just loved everything that you can imagine that had wheels.
Oh,
that was his favorite thing.
Yeah.
You know, he loved from a bike to a go-kart. I mean, I remember one time I rode on his go-kart, and he'd go, "Just don't tell Mom and Dad."
Back when you could do that all through the streets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, can't do that now.
We grew up in a neighborhood, so it was that you could do that on the street, and it was just, you know, "I'll take you, but you can't tell them," you know. And another time I was very sick, and he wanted to work down in the barn, but he was responsible for me that day. And he hooked up a walkie-talkie. So he put the walkie-talkie on the bedpost, and then he took one down to the barn. So if I needed anything, I could reach him, but he could still fiddle with his go-kart while I was safe at home, you know, in the house.
I love that.
Yeah. It was a good story.
Oh, that's great.
He also owned this cherry red VW Bug. And the faster he could go, the happier he was. We grew up in Coventry for most of our life, and he spent the summers on Coventry Lake.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He was an avid water skier.
Oh.
I mean, he just loved to water ski, and they could do anything on that water. And when his water skiers, I don't know if I told you this story, but I'll share it now. When the water skier friends, you know, found out that he had passed in the war, they all got together and they did a tribute for him. And it was, they got on the shore of the lake behind their boats, and they were on their skis, and they all got up at the same time.
Wow.
Yep, holding American flags in honor of him.
Wow.
And my parents were there, we were there, and
so special.
It was very special that they took the time to do that for him.
Yeah. And how did he end up in the service? Was he drafted? Did he enlist?
He enlisted.
Right after school, or?
Yep, he wanted to make my parents proud of him.
Ah,
Yeah, and he enlisted in the Army, and he was 17.
yeah. So right after high school then?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. They're young.
Yeah, so my father had to sign.
For him to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what he wanted to do.
Okay. And where was he ended up stationed?
He actually did his boot camp at Fort Dix in
Okay.
New Jersey.
Yep.
And then he was deployed out to Vietnam, and he was in Cu Chi.
Cu Chi.
Yep. He was in the Corps of Engineers.
Okay. What were their jobs, the Corps of Engineers?
They were to actually set up camps.
Oh,
He was very proud of himself because he got to use all these kind of equipment because my father was a crane operator back in the States.
oh,
And he goes, now I have something in common with Dad. I can run these big pieces of equipment, backhoes. I mean, they didn't need a crane, obviously. But they did do backhoes and anything else, the kind of construction you can think of. And he was so proud of himself that he could do that. And he would write home and he would tell us, hey, tell Dad that I ran this piece of equipment, or something. And
yeah.
it was very,
Did you guys correspond back and forth?
he wrote to each one of us, and there was 5 of us, and then plus my parents, and he took the time to write each of us a letter, and it was a separate letter. He didn't put them all in one envelope and send it. You got your own letter.
You guys must have been so excited seeing that, right?
Because back then they used the American envelopes.
Yep.
So you knew when you saw the red, white, and blue on the border that you were getting a letter from Dougie.
Yep. Airmail.
That's what we called him. We called him Dougie. His full name was Douglas, but we always called him Dougie.
Aw.
We got a letter from Dougie today, and we were so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's special when you get a letter.
Yeah, and what kind of funny about him is when he was born, he had like what you refer to as a towhead. By the time he enlisted, he had jet black hair.
Wow.
And my mother goes, when did that change?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But that was just a little tidbit.
Yeah,
I thought
there you
I
go.
would share.
Well, it's nice to get to know him in all different ways. You
Yeah.
know, what's the age difference between the two of you?
Well, he was born in 1950 and I was born in 1957, so we had 7 years between us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it like a big brother thing where get out of here, or was he more like,
Oh, no.
come on?
He cared for everybody.
Yeah.
He never pushed anybody away. He'd take care of everybody. Yeah. And he would take my little brother, he would take him in the Volkswagen. And of course, back then you didn't wear seatbelts.
Didn't do anything. No.
We didn't wear seatbelts.
I don't even know if they had seatbelts.
I know.
If they were the ones around the waist.
And he would take him because he would be watching them and would be in school, but he wouldn't be in school yet. And, he would be watching them and he would take them over these roads that had these bumps and then go flying. Again, don't tell Mom and Dad.
That's right. That's right. Now, is Dougie the oldest?
Yes, Dougie was the oldest of 6. Yep.
6.
6 of us, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And how many, was he the only, was it just him and your younger brother for boys and everybody else?
There was 3 and 3.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
3 and
there
3.
was my brother Douglas, then there was John, and then my sister Robin, and then my sister Beth, and then myself, which I was the youngest for 5 years.
Yeah.
Till Drew came along, but that's okay. We'll keep
That's
him.
too funny, right? Yeah.
Drew's my youngest brother, but
Yeah.
because he was born in 1961.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's quite a big
Difference there.
11 years between he and Dougie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So, I know this is hard, but tell us a little bit about when he was in Vietnam. What had happened
oh my
to
God.
your brother?
Yeah, they call it they call it friendly fire.
Yeah.
And actually on the news today they were talking
thought of
about
you.
friendly fire.
I
and
thought
I'm
of
like,
you.
Oh my God.
I thought of you when I saw
It
that.
brought it all back.
Yeah.
It really did. He was actually at his base and he was in the middle of writing a letter to my mother. And how we knew this was he always wrote and he would tell you exactly what he was doing. And he'd say, I'm going to go get a pop. He would call them pops, soda pop. I'm going to go get a pop and I'll be back. Well, that was the last words he wrote. And he went out into the camp. We don't know exactly what happened, but it was a hand grenade. The pin was pulled from the hand grenade. We're not sure who did it. We don't know if they were in a group. Did he walk by when it happened? But that's ultimately what happened.
Wow.
And it was tough. Very
That's
tough.
hard. That's hard. Did that letter that he was writing, did you ever end up getting it? Do you
Yes,
know?
that's how we knew it.
That's how you knew it.
Yep.
So that came home with him.
That came home. And
Yeah.
of course, that's always
Yeah.
tough. It's very tough when
Yeah.
you think about that. He was, like, maybe he shouldn't have gotten that
Right.
soda.
Yeah.
If he only didn't get that soda.
The ifs.
If he would have only just stayed there and finished the letter.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I don't know how many people were killed with him. I know there
That's
was a survivor or two.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And how did you end up finding out? How did you guys find out that this had happened?
it's just like in the movies. Yeah, it's just like in the movies. I could remember it like it was yesterday. We were getting ready to go to Mohegan Park.
Mohegan Park.
Yeah, it was a beautiful July summer day, and my mother was packing the bags and getting all our stuff together when two uniformed Army officers came to the back door. And
Everybody's nightmare.
my mother's cry to this day, it was heart-wrenching. It really was. She just put out that cry, and we knew it wasn't good. And then you see them, and they're walking into your house, and you're like, oh my God. And I was only 11, so I'm not sure I really comprehended what was going on, but I knew it wasn't anything good.
Right.
And my father had gone to work that day like he always did. And he was working up at the University of Connecticut. He was, like I had mentioned, he's a crane operator, and they were building the science building at the time. And these two officers radioed up to his job site and talked to the foreman and asked for him to come into the office, and they
told him.
They told him. And he obviously he was sent home. And they waited for him to get there.
To get home.
Yep.
And, you see in the movies or whatever where they stay with you and help you through, you're young, so you probably don't remember, and they help you through the arrangements and help you through everything, don't leave you on your own. Do you remember if it was like that at all?
I don't remember all that, but I do know that they stayed till my father got there.
Which is good.
And then I think all the arrangements were talked about maybe at a later date.
Yeah.
We were fortunate that we got him home.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be the worst, not knowing where your loved one is.
I know.
It was a tragedy for sure, but at least we got him home.
You got him home. Exactly.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real tough.
And your brother got quite a few medals, huh?
Yes, he did.
Can you tell us what they were?
Yes, I wrote them
I
down.
know,
so
you
I
have a
wouldn't
lot of
forget.
them.
So he actually served in the 554th Engineer Platoon.
Battalion.
Battalion. That's the word I'm looking for.
I know.
Yeah, battalion. He was in the 79th Engineer Group, and he was in the 20th Engineer Brigade. He was responsible for operating construction equipment.
Right.
He received the Medal of National Defense, Vietnam Service, Vietnam Campaign, and ultimately the Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was he?
He was 18.
Oh, so how long was he?
Yeah, good question,
Yeah.
Doreen. It was very short. It was too long.
Right.
It was very short.
Short.
He was deployed in April of 1968. He was in that year that you mentioned.
Right.
And he died on July 6, 1968. So that's, 4 months?
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. 4 months too long.
Right.
That's all I can say. 4 months
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't gone for that soda pop.
Oh, I know. I'm going to go for,
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking to hear all that. And I know we had talked about how you had said friendly fire, and I had told you friendly fire, regular, it doesn't matter. They sacrificed their lives for our country, for us. No matter how it happens, they were there for us. And he enlisted. He did this on his own.
He did.
He did this. He wanted to serve his country.
And
I'm sure, I'm sure your parents were very proud of him before, but I know him saying that, the way he felt.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful.
And it was such a crazy time then. There was too much over there.
Yeah.
There was too much going on.
Yep.
With the drugs and then the protests back home.
Right.
And you come home on leave and you're not respected. You're told not to wear your uniform.
He had an issue, didn't he?
He did.
When he came home on leave? What had happened?
Yeah, he was on leave and he was at Burger Chef.
Burger
I don't know
Chef?
if anybody remembers Burger Chef.
Probably only us in Connecticut. I don't know,
Yeah,
right?
Burger Chef, and he was sitting in his little car, and it was with my brother, and they knocked on the window, and they wanted him to roll down the window, so he thought nothing of it, and because he did have a fatigue jacket on,
Right.
so they knew he was a service person, and they sucker punched him in the face. Yeah, that's the thanks he got.
Yeah. That was the time. Those were the times.
It was a terrible time.
Yeah,
it
was.
And you never really talked about it in school.
Right.
You never, so you didn't really know, everything because those protesters, and they were so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, protesters are crazy anyways, I think.
Yeah.
You all have your beliefs, but come on.
Yeah. Yeah, the people from Vietnam, our troops came home to terrible things.
Terrible things.
Which,
and,
and hopefully we've learned, which I think we have.
I think you have to.
And the respect is going. It's a little bit late for them, but we're here for them.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing.
It's late, but it's okay.
That's right.
It's okay now, and and I don't think he would have changed it.
Right.
I mean, that's what he wanted to do, and he did what he wanted to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Wish I could have met him too. I mean,
He was a special
but
breed.
yeah. Yeah. And I know you were also a big part of when we brought the Vietnam Wall and the Cost of Freedom here to Wethersfield. You helped set up, which was so wonderful to see. So how did you feel when you finally saw the wall up?
Oh, it was fantastic watching it get set up.
Yeah.
I was glad I was asked to join the committee, to volunteer. Yeah. I mean, because I don't live in Wethersfield.
Right.
But it didn't matter.
Right.
A lot of people
brought us
were
all
there
together.
That didn't live for. We were just all,
absolutely.
We all melted together, and we were a great group. I thought.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did fantastic. By the way,
it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And I liked. It was amazing how they come in with that big tractor-trailer truck with all the panels.
Right.
And every crew member, which my brother Drew was a member of, he couldn't be more proud to have been a member. And they just took him out of those trucks so carefully. Mm-hmm. And they were lining him up, and they put him into that track that was set up on the ground. And they took such care. And you're sitting there like, they really care.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a beautiful thing to see.
It was a beautiful thing to see that they were setting him up. And like you had asked me, once it was erected, I felt like the same way I felt when I saw the actual one in
D.C.
D.C. It was a true replica. They couldn't have done better with it.
It's beautiful.
That if they brought the D.C. one with them, it was amazing.
Right.
Totally amazing. And I felt sad, like I did there, but I also felt happy that they were finally getting the recognition that they deserved.
Yeah.
They got that, that wall dedicated to them for all that they did. And even though there was so much protest going on.
Right.
I mean, I felt very proud, and it was great.
Yeah. I love seeing you and your friend Christina touching your brother's name on the wall. I have pictures of that, which we'll post with this podcast, and a picture of your brother that you gave me. We'll also post him on there.
That's fantastic.
But it was beautiful seeing you, pointing out your brother's name.
Yeah.
On the wall.
It was nice for the Hartford Current to be there. Because he goes, oh, you know somebody there? And I said, yeah, it's my brother. And he goes, you mind if I take your picture?
Yeah.
I go, not at all.
Yeah,
and,
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
And he took all my information, and he wasn't intrusive at all.
Right. I think everybody just understood the respect everything needed around that was there. It was just beautiful.
And that happened during the time we were setting it up. The Hartford Current was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful watching everybody and seeing you there.
Thank you.
It was very special having you there.
Thank you. I felt special being there.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, it was a very beautiful time. So I want to thank you, Julie, for sharing your brother's story with us. I know it's not easy. We've talked about it over.
I think I got through it, though.
Just so you know, the first time Julie told me about this story, we were in a coffee place and I just started bawling. So it's a special story. So thank you, Julie. And if anybody does have a loved one on that Vietnam Wall, and you would like to share their story with us, I would love you to just email me. You can email me a picture of them too. It would be wonderful. Send it to dfederici at, it's dfederici.aft@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And also we do have, you can visit our Facebook group, America's Freedom Tribute. You can see us there. We have a whole bunch of articles there, which are wonderful to see. And then this podcast will also be on our website, americasfreedomtribute.org. Thank you again. And I was honored to help people find their loved ones, just as Julie was saying, to find their loved ones on the wall. It was so special to help them. And it was just to see people, and even for me to touch that wall, you can feel the pain people felt, but you also feel the love and the overwhelming, it's just so hard to put in words, but it was just so overwhelming to just see it, to touch it. So I'm so happy we were able to bring it here to Wethersfield. So before we sign out, I do want to thank Julie Senerth for being here and sharing her brother's story. But there's something I also want to say now. Please keep all of our troops, and especially their families, in your thoughts and prayers. I know what it feels like to be a family member of someone who's there and not knowing what's going on. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for listening, and remember, veterans' voices matter today and every day. So until next time, thank you, everybody.